Hi, I'm Steven Buchanan. I'm an investment advisor representative at Buchanan and Company. So my background wasn't real linear, if you will. I'm from Michigan. I went into the Air Force when I was young. Got to travel the world, have a good time, finished my accounting degree, and I spent 5 years as a finance officer. I've had an integrated, holistic tax and investment practice for about 13 years. This is the inside track. Today I'm going to share from my perspective, my experience in offering tax intelligent planning to my clients.
Why is it so important to offer tax intelligent planning?
It is so important to take a look at what the investment plan is doing from a tax return standpoint. Not from what you learn in academics of this is going to be a capital gain, this is going to be ordinary income. That's great in a vacuum, right? What is it going to do for that client? Every client is different. Every client's in a unique position. I just think so many times there's a decision that seems to make sense, but it just doesn't make sense to that client.
I'm struggling to get new clients. Will offering tax intelligent planning make a difference?
I think it will. If you partner with folks that you can do planning with, I think it's going to be very apparent that you're in a different level of investment planning than your peers. When you start making a difference in people's lives and you're coming with good ideas, I think your business will grow exponentially, because we're a referral business, we're a relationship business. I really like my clients, and I'm sure you do. And when you go there and you build the client base and you meet people, that'll grow your business because people will see what you do. Investment advisors, if they work with the CPA, I just think it opens it up to a lot more on both sides where you can add value to your clients, and that's what it's all about. You have to be competent. You have to be fun and good, right? You can't feel like you don't want to go to the meeting, but there's a level of competence that I think you'll show integrating that all together, coming up with a good plan that not only helps that client, it reads well for them to give you referrals for other clients.
Do I need to look at taxes when I make investment decisions?
You need to understand how these decisions affect your tax return. I might do a different investment plan for you, tweak it a little bit because of what's on your tax return than I would do for your friend or your dad or your neighbor or whoever, right? Because your tax return tells me a story of what I can do, how I can change it. And from that, you have what's coming up in the future. I might make different investment decisions because you have things on your tax return that I could utilize, that I can grab, that we can play with. It's fun. You should never be making investment decisions or working with an advisor that hasn't seen your tax return.
Why is tax strategy important?
Strategy is extremely important. If you miss things from a tax strategy standpoint, it can be very expensive. It could change a life for you or your kids. I think ultimately a lot of what you do in life and decisions that you make, they have a decision. It makes a difference where you live, what state you live in as far as the taxation in the state, what kind of property tax you're going to pay. Everything you do is integrated into where you're going to be financially in the future, right? You got to live life and enjoy life, but if you can beat the tax game, if you can think about that along the way, you'll be able to help more people, whether it be your kids or if you're charitably inclined, you'll be able to enjoy life more later on if you understand, at least consider tax, right? So that's why it's important.
How would you like to see the industry change?
I would like to see investment advisors look more from a tax lens. And I would like to see CPAs look for more an investment lens. I would like to see folks get better at what they do, because that's ultimately better for our clients, better for our industry, and better for our clients. So I would like them to just think outside the box and say, hey, am I really getting everything? Am I hitting all the important parts? And I think the only way to really do that is to understand both of them, right? The industry is moving that way, so I guess I'm not the only one. Meaning, years ago when I first brought it in, it was like, wait, you do investments? And kind of integrating that together. Now, I think it's more common. So the industry's gone that way to a certain extent, but it still hasn't gone far enough. It's a conversation you have to have. I personally won't do somebody's tax return if I can't if I can't do the investment side and put it all together, whether that's through a partner or whatever the case is. But I don't want to look at your tax return and say, hey, this all didn't make sense, but here it is, so I won't do it, and I don't need the work. What I try to, I think, instill to a young accountant that talks to me is get good at what you do. And part of that is understanding investments, right? I don't want to be an investment guy. I don't want to sell. Well, you don't have to, but you can learn the investment side and put that together, partner with an investment advisor, or vice versa, right? If you're an investment guy that knows it's so hard to learn tax, partner up with a good CPA, work with somebody, right? And then humble yourself if you don't know what you're doing. Find those partners, and grow.
How does working with a BD help you succeed?
I think aligning with the right BD is important. If you're going to go in this direction and you really want to do tax intelligent planning, it kind of helps if you align with a company that's a BD that's tax intelligent, that has the tools, that has the training, that has the methodology to go in that direction. So with Avantex, I think that's what we excel in. I think a lot of other broker-dealers just put a stamp on their website and, hey, there's tax intelligent planning, right? It's hard to be tax intelligent if you don't understand tax. If you've never done a tax return, or you're not part of a group that's helping you put that together. So I think aligning with the right broker-dealer gives you tools, gives you resources, and creates a mentality of doing that, right? Artificial intelligence, it's a good tool if you know what you're doing. It doesn't always give you the right answer. If you don't know that, you do the wrong return, and we have to fix it, right? So I think there's a lot of tools out there, and there's a lot of people that go with more of a catchphrase of we're tax intelligent, we consider taxes, but they're not. They really don't have the training, they don't have the resources, they don't have the back office to support that. So that's ultimately why I partner with Avantex. Thanks to all you people. This was fun. I hope you got something out of it, why you should incorporate tax intelligent investing into your practice, and ultimately partner with the right broker-dealer.